We are only 2 days away from PSO2 going down for maintenance to prepare for the release of a new Genesis. And today I am here to answer a few questions I've been getting, and some of you probably have already been after me and curious over on my live stream that I'm doing every single day and now here on YouTube for the launch of New Genesis. So make sure you do like, favorite, subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss any of them stream. And I will be answering you more questions over there. But today we are here to discuss some of the more common questions I have been getting. And also, hopefully will help you all prepare so you can get the best experience out of the release of New Genesis. So with that, let's get into this. Let's discuss some of the questions. So let's go ahead and start with the big question here, which will be, will New Genesis have a preload, or exactly how are we going to get our hands on this game? As of now, we don't have any exact verification on it officially anyway, but we do have some ideas of what will happen here or some of the options that might be available here for most of us. Since New Genesis is being treated as pretty much a add-on to the base PSO2 with the ability to be also played as a separate thing, more than likely what's going to happen here is if you're someone who is just joining for the fourth time, the game itself will more than likely just be a part of PSO2, or it might have its own page on Steam or Epic or whatever. But for anyone that already have it installed, more than likely what will end up happening is during the maintenance, and the maintenance is going to be down for almost 3 days, that the game will more likely probably auto update at some point during that time period and download the game itself. Just remember, the game is estimated to be roughly around 30 gigs, so make sure you have the faith for that. But more than likely, it will be downloaded as the maintenance went along. I imagine that way we don't have, X amount of thousands, 100,000 people trying to download the beta exactly at 1 a.m. Pacific. But with that all being said, though, as far as preload is concerned, as of now, I'm not expecting to get one. We could, but I still foresee it just being updates scattered out throughout the next few days. That will be a download in the background, and then once the game actually release, and if you want to download it then, the game itself more than likely will just be inside of PSO2, and once you download the launcher, you will more likely choose which game you want to download, or you will download both of them. So yeah, hopefully, ideally here, it will just be a straight download in the background, and we won't really realize it, but we won't know to probably a few more days from now as we wait for PSO2 directly, or SEGA directly, to tell us how they work, but more likely it will just be a background update. And then the other question also I've been getting is about pay to win. I did a whole video about it. The simple answer to that is, well, no. And then once you have the game downloaded, you might be wondering how you can actually play with it. And is it possible to actually use a controller? The answer is yes. During the whole beta period and PSO2 and on PC, I have been using a normal FR1 controller and now a Series X controller. A plug-in, you play, you good to go. The only thing is, if you are playing over on Steam, at least in beta PSO2 anyway, which I imagine is going to be very similar here, there is an option inside of Steam where you can turn on the setting to allow PS4 controller to be recognized. So by default, you can use a PS4 controller if it's available. No information about PS5 controllers here. I don't have one, so I haven't tested it. So I'm not for sure on that end, if it should be recognized just as a PS4. If you have a PS5 controller and you play on PC, let me know if Steam actually recognizes it by default. I'd be curious to know. As for other platforms such as Epic and Windows, the PS4 controller might require other software to actually use it, but you can use the Xbox controller, a guarantee, right along with a mouse and keyboard. And if you are playing it on console, yes, you can also use a mouse and keyboard over there by just hooking up a USB or by connecting a Bluetooth mouse and keyboard. You can also play that way as well over on the console. And once you have the game downloaded and ready to go, you might have actually played PSO2 in the past and might be wondering, will my character work any if I delete a bait PSO? Since bait PSO is, I believe, 70 to 80 gigs, which is a small amount, especially if you are running on an SSD. And you might be not wanting to really go back you might want to play New Genesis, and you might be wondering, if I delete it, will I lose my character? The answer is no, you will not. Your character is saved on the server side for SEGA, so you do not have nothing to worry about if you uninstall a Phantasy Star, as long as you log in with the same account. Might it be your Steam account or your Xbox Live account? Do not worry, your character will be there. And also, if you worry about like your symbol art, since symbol art does transfer over, do not worry about that either, because the symbol art itself, it actually saved in your documents, or should be, at least for me it is, and that is separate from your installed photo, so your symbol art will also stay as long as you keep it on your PC, but your character, your stat, your level, your friends, all that stuff is saved on the server side, so you have nothing to worry about if you decide you only want to play New Genesis and you want to get rid of bait PSO. And another question I've been getting is about the actual beta client. If you were lucky enough to get in the beta, I've been getting questions like, do I actually need it for the full release? The answer is, once again, a no on that. If you still have it installed, you can go ahead and uninstall it. You do not need it at all, since it will be tied into the PSO2 stuff, so the beta is not needed, since that was, once again, a standalone client, at least globally anyway. And if you want to know about the benchmark is just that. So if you are done testing your PC or messing around with character creation, you can just go ahead and delete that as well and have no issues at all. So yeah, no need for the benchmark or the beta client if you still have it. And then the final question I've been getting is, of course, the server. Since I know, especially if you're coming into it and you want to play with your favorite content creator, and if it me, feel free to tell me why. I know I'm beautiful and all, but you know, let me know. And you might be worrying that you can't play with them, or if one of your friends are in a distant region. Do not worry, you do not have to worry about it. How PSO works as a whole is with a ship system, which in return is just pretty much server. These servers, as long as you in the global side of deal, it pretty much shared across the whole player base, so it does not really matter. You can be on ship 1 to ship 4. You will be good as long as you're on the same ship as either your friend or whoever you want to play with. No matter if they are in distant region, do not worry, you still will be able to play with them. The only exception to that is with JP, because as of now, and in a bait PSO, JP is separated from a global. So if you want to play with someone in Japan, you will have to download the Japanese version of the game, which you should be able to get it from the official PSO website for JP, or the SEGA website, one or the other, since the game itself will only be available going to SEGA on servers and their own website. But if you're on console, that doesn't, because then they go into whatever platform you are playing on, since the game will be on multiple platforms outside of Xbox, in Japan at least. So do not worry about it. Just pick the same ship that your friend on, and you will be good to go, as long as they are not in Japan at least. And if you want to play with me, I will be playing on ship 1, right along with a crap ton of other content creators as well. Ship 1 is seeming to be pretty much the main ship, at least for any of us YouTubers or Twitch or Facebook users, or whatever content creator you are. Ship 1 seem to be, well, the majority of us are going. And that where you'll find me as well, since I've been on ship 1 since day 1 in bait PSO, and that is not changing here. And there you have it. There is some questions that hopefully have given you some answers if you are extremely curious about how the beta is going to be operating. If you have any more questions, feel free to put them below in the comments, and I will try to answer them to my best. Well, if it's a really good question, who knows, maybe we will have a part 2 to that video coming out in the next few days, or maybe a little bit after launch as well. So feel free to ask down below if you have any at all you are curious about. And if you have found that video helpful in any way, shape, or form, make sure you do the like, favorite, subscribe, hit all the bells, because that will help me out dramatically as we are growing that channel, as we are officially going for 2K here now. So feel free to do that below. As well, if you do want to help out the channel grow and make it any better, and also help me eat, especially right now, because, life is not great right now, make sure you check out the membership below. For as low as 99 cents, You can get you a whole bunch of perks. And if you want any more perks on top of that, feel free to check out patreon.com/Maconn. Since that will also help out to make a whole bunch of more content and feed me and Luna. Mainly feed Luna. She she a fat cat, so she eat way more than I do nowadays. And with that will go ahead and do it for me, and I will go ahead and see you all in the comments. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you're interested in any more content from me that is PSO related and other stuff related, feel free to check out the links up on the left. And I like to give a giant shout out to my Patreons and also my memberships here on YouTube, and a special call out to Kyle Blower for checking out the VIP section over on Patreon. And with that will do it for me, and I will see you all in the next video for real. Bye!